The ex-husband and the boyfriend have already started fighting at the door, and when Ryan arrived at the right moment, it was as if he had inadvertently stumbled into a fierce boxing match involving uninvited combatants. Little did she know, her mom's boyfriend ruined her day, turning her mom's date into a fiasco. Seeing her mom's fury, Ryan blamed the red rose and tossed her phone into the trash like it was last week's leftovers. Later that evening, Yaya was snooping through Jacob's notebook when her mom suddenly popped up. "Someone's looking for you, Ryan," her mom playfully exclaimed, as if bringing a highly uplifting motivational podcast. "Time's up, good night." Her mom waved goodbye, while Ryan's life turned into one long endless comedy. Besides Ryan's discarded phone, the other four got hit with a countdown from Red Rose. It was like spoiler alerts on steroids. Yeah, in a panic, pulled out her notes, ordering them to switch off phones and internet. "Hurry, move." Then she handed everyone some senior chicken, which sounded like a recipe for aging gracefully, and shared about the strange phone call she got. She found Jacob's notebook for the Red Rose code and decided to copy it all, turning it into a coding showdown. Hoping to unite like superheroes before time runs out, they decided to couch surf at Taz's house. They hit the supermarket to stock up, unaware their every move was live-streamed by cameras like reality stars. At the very moment they stepped out of the supermarket, they unexpectedly bumped into Ryan's mom's boyfriend, Zanan, making it a truly delightful and unplanned family gathering. Everyone else was glued to their smartphones while they felt like lost astronauts staring at the stars, utterly helpless. Ryan decided to take a taxi home, but her Diddy phone got ambushed by the Red Rose, classic villain vibes. Quick on her feet, Ryan yelled for the car to stop, and although they pulled off this escape, the Red Rose's plan was just getting started. Just as they felt lucky, two odd salespeople showed up at Taz, mentioning Gardens and Devil Invasion see a real pitch. Taz coldly shut the door on them, but the knight had other partygoers lined up at his door. Dad Joke and a bunch of classmates barged in, starting a party that felt more like a comedy show. The Red Rose was indeed the puppet master aiming to draw Ryan out, so they cheekily hid her and fake Ye upstairs for his boyfriend. Noah stood guard at the door. The others were busy maintaining order downstairs, trying their best to prevent these party animals from starting a ruckus. No matter how careful they were, the numbers were against them as they started questioning where Ryan was. See what a classic blunder. Meanwhile, Ryan anxiously stared at the countdown when a giant uninvited guest burst in to see a mood killer. He claimed he wanted to talk to Ryan about Louis Snow, saying he wanted to apologize at the funeral. But having seen Ryan today, he finally grew a spine. See truly a plot twist. But just as he finished speaking, the room was plunged into darkness, and almost immediately, the TV downstairs strangely lit up, accompanied by La's voice, prompting Ryan to dash out of the house in a panic. She screamed outside and bumped into Mom's boyfriend Simon. "Mom sent me home," frustrating and funny. Ryan looked back at the wreck of a house, assuming it was the Red Rose's scheme, and jumped into Simon's car without a second thought. Fakie cracked Jacob's code, but panicked seeing Ryan's text. "Simon's taking her to Mom." Simon happened to bump into Ryan's parents, who were rushing over at the very moment. See undoubtedly a wild and lively family reunion celebration. Ryan was taken to Mom's tea house unsuspecting, waltzing right in, blind to the lurking danger. Not seeing any sign of Mom, she assumed she was busy getting ready to snack when an alarm text from Fakie flashed. The text revealed Simon was the Red Rose, and Ryan sighed, realizing the truth behind the mess she was caught in. She tried blocking Simon's way, but muscle-bound Simon was no match for her, and she ended up sprinting away instead. Just as she dialed for help, Simon showed up at the door, and Ryan dashed up to the rooftop like it was the only way. Just then, Noah dashed in, but Simon already discovered Ryan. See what a nail-biting moment. "Did you arrive in the room?" "How? Did you arrive in the room?" Yes, I just finished what Simon mentioned. While bathing, the girl accidentally went underwater while practicing holding her breath and ended up becoming a genuine sinking duck. Once an ordinary high schooler, her friend Suicide gifted her the Red Rose app, throwing her life into a suspense thriller. She thought Red Rose was a haunting event, only to find it was a criminal-crafted virus see what had jaw-dropped her. Even the mastermind killed himself 2 weeks ago, hinting a bigger conspiracy. Life settled as they got final exam results. Anthony felt like hitting jackpot, only to visit another classmate who killed self over a red rose. He shared the good news with his classmate's mom, launching into a rather peculiar interview. Noticing Anthony's thoughtfulness, Mom decided to give Jacob's tablet to him, like an ancestral artifact. Unbeknownst to him, the moment Anthony opened the tablet, he was greeted by the looming Red Rose logo, like stepping into an adventure game. He quickly called Fake Year, and they started analyzing Jacob's videos. Thankfully, Fake Year was a computer genius, directing them like a general. She said the dark web was legal, too well hidden, only to be the Red Rose. This meant the Red Rose wasn't just a virus, but a broader shady network, see the true master of shadows. The moment they accessed the dark web, it automatically tracked their IP address. They felt like they were the victims in the horror story. Everything pointed out the Red Rose was still lurking, mysteriously spying on their lives, like a ghost haunting their every step. To log into the Red Rose system, they required the correct account and password. However, cracking it would require an extensive amount of time. Consequently, Fake Year spent many consecutive nights burning the midnight oil in an attempt to find a way.